In this episode, I want to be as clear as possible about why creating change and transformation in your life has absolutely nothing to do with macros, steps, water, how many times you train a week, a calorie deficit, none of that. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing the same thing and seeing the same thing every single time that I get on social media. It is just the same information perpetuated and regurgitated that a simple Google search could give you. I have no intention to be Google today, at all. I have every bit of intention to help you create elite transformation, and that starts from the inside. It starts with what I am about to give you in this episode, because, guys, the logistics of transformation are super fucking simple. It's not really rocket science. I don't imagine that you're listening to this or watching this right now unaware that eating more food and eating more protein will probably lead to more results. You're probably not unaware that dieting every single 3 to 6 months or chronic undereating is only going to shoot your metabolism in the foot and lead you to gaining and losing the same amount of weight every single year on repeat. I don't imagine you're unaware that to create more results with your training, it's not going to be a byproduct of just stacking more training, stacking more cardio, doing as much as you possibly can. It's probably going to come down to the quality of work that you do. It's not really rocket science to understand. And I don't imagine that you're listening or watching this right now unaware that going back to what used to work for you is going to work. That was a different time in your life. You're in a different body. Things have changed. So trying to copy and paste things that worked in the past to get you where you want to go probably isn't going to work. And if it does temporarily, it is temporarily. It doesn't take rocket science to hold the mirror up and see clearly that the things that you were trying to do are not working. It takes a calorie deficit to lose fat. Wow. It takes training in the gym and pushing sets close to failure to stimulate muscle growth. Wow. It takes eating enough protein and eating enough calories to recover and make progress. Wow. It's really simple. Really, really simple. And I promise you it is not complex. Maybe you're sitting here and you're like, well, yeah, like I know what I need to do. I'm just not doing it. How long are we really going to sit here and tell ourselves that? Like it's probably the reason that you are stuck. The truth is, you would only know what to do if you had the experience of doing things the right way. And when I say the right way, I mean not just making results for a small amount of time, but actually sustaining those results that you made and not falling back into old loops. My life completely changed once I learned that I literally do not know anything, and to this day I still do not know anything. I don't know anything. Like I had zero clue what I was doing when I dropped out of school and moved all the way across the country and went from Nebraska to Houston and decided to start this crazy thing called Beyond Built. I just knew what I wanted, and I had some level of idea and vision of what I wanted my life to look like, and I just took the risks and the leaps to get there. I just said, let's fuck around and find out. To this very day, I'm telling you right now, I still very much approach it with zero clue. I lean on our coaches here and ask them questions every single day about how I can be a better coach for our clients, how I can be a better leader for them and our team, how I can take the necessary steps to create an even better culture for us. It's a place of curiosity. It's a place of learning. It's understanding that the more that you learn, the more that you grow, and the more that you grow, the more that you feel alive. And it takes courage to ask for help. It takes courage to go out and learn. It takes courage to go out there and be willing to fall flat on your face and fail, because it's in your response from failure that you actually learn. It's through that experience that you actually learn. And the more that I sit here and say that I know what to do, the less action that I take. I say I know what to do out of a place of ego. It's just a convenient way for me to not take action when I say that. It's a convenient way to protect myself from going out and experiencing shit and putting myself in the trenches. The more that I say I know what to do, the less help that I am willing to receive. the more that I like to think that I can do it all on my own, which leads to, and like full transparency, guys, it leads to isolation. It leads to suffering in silence. It leads to hiding all of my truth from those close to me and those around me, thinking that if I tell my truth, or if I own it, or if I accept it, acknowledge it, and open up about it, then I'm going to be looked at as weak, that I'm going to be judged. And it becomes so easy to perpetuate that shame and perpetuate that feeling of helplessness, then to take action, then to be seen maybe looking bad temporarily until you fucking get good with something. Anytime I say I know what to do, I'm protecting myself. That's what I've had to learn. So if you say that you want to be more confident, you want to be more courageous, you want to take bigger risks, you want to create elite transformation in your life, that doesn't just mean physical transformation, but it's transformation that demands success and winning from everyone around you in life, demands success and winning in your career. It requires you to ask for more help. It requires you to set goals that scare the shit out of you. I'm going to tell a story to explain, and I will never, ever, ever forget this. And I strive to this day to have these kind of moments with our clients because of how impactful they can be. We have a client, his name's Anthony. When he started with us, he was around 250 pounds. He's currently 190 pounds, and he just looks like completely different. The lowest he's ever gotten with us is around 170. Obviously, his journey did not start where he is right now at 190 pounds. He's gone through a lot to be able to get to this point. But shortly into the program, I pulled Ant for a call to review the data that we've been collecting on how his body was responding, to set a clear game plan. And I was literally driving up to Los Angeles at the time. And the call ended up being almost an hour long, because on that call, he expressed, hey man, I no longer want to hide behind this story of being like a strength athlete or a power lifter just because I'm uncomfortable with the weight that I gain. He told me that identifying himself as that was just a way for him to feel safe. He told me that he no longer wanted to feel like an imposter and someone who just doesn't exude or exemplify this high standard, this elite standard for health and fitness as a fitness coach himself. He told me, hey, I want to be a better man in my relationship. I want to be dependable. I want to be open. I want to be honest. I want to be someone who follows through on my work. While it was incredibly inspiring to hear this, it was so clear to me how important all of this was. And I had expressed to him that it had to be the foundation for following through on all of these commitments. Like, we can talk a big talk and we can talk about all the things that we want. But if we have goals and if we have wants and if we have vision, a goal is not a goal, a want is not a want, a vision is not a vision without standards, clear things, and clear actionable steps that you must embody and practice on a day-by-day basis in order to be the person who accomplishes these goals, lives true to this vision, and lives true to your word. On this call, we created a contract, and this is the first time that we did this with a client. And again, it is something that we strive to do with every one of our clients. On this contract were terms that included why each specific goal is important. Why do you want to be a better man, Pac? My man, like, why do you want to be a better coach? Why do you not want to be in this physique? What do you want to achieve? And like, I'm not asking for surface level answers here. Why is each goal important to you? Why does it matter? How does it create impact in your life? How does it change people's lives around you? How does this change the level of success that you see and are creating in every aspect of your life? And again, why does that matter? Why do you want that? I'm not asking for surface level answers. Oh, because I'll just feel better. No, what is better? Ask yourself why. Why do I want it? Well, I want to feel more confident. Why do you want to feel more confident? So that way I can, help my clients and people around me become more confident. Why do you want that? Because I want to feel purpose and meaning in my life. Why? Because I've gone the last couple of years without feeling really connected to that. Why? Because I haven't followed through on my word. Why? Because I don't believe in myself. Boom! That is where I'm asking you to go. That is where I'm asking you to go. into another level. Into another level? Why do you not believe in yourself? Keep it going. Keep it going. All of your answers are already within. And the truth is, we will do whatever we can. And that means scrolling down TikTok, watching YouTube videos, reading books, listening to podcasts, consuming all of this information and trying to gain knowledge, yet doing nothing about it. You do not want to be the perpetual consumer, the perpetual learner. Because if you are that person, you're probably the same person that complains about a lack of results when you have zero right to complain about a lack of results. And you're probably the person that refuses to receive help and says, I know what to do, I'm just not doing it. What are the habits that must be implemented on a day-by-day basis in order to achieve these goals? What are the standards that you must practice on a day-by-day basis to achieve these goals? Does that mean hitting your nutrition goals? Sure. Cool. Let's branch off of that. In order to hit your nutrition goals, what must happen? Well, I must pre-plan my meals. Great. In order for you to accomplish pre-planning your meals, what does that look like? Well, it means that I have this habit of taking 5 minutes in the morning to just plan out my day and plan out what I'm going to eat during the day. Great. That's an awesome habit, dude. Can you practice that consistently? Sure. Now we're clear on that. We're clear on action steps. What are the values as an individual that you had to practice on a day-by-day basis to be who you say you want to be? You got to be open. You got to be honest, right? Okay, great. So is honesty a value? Okay, cool. How can you practice that on a day-by-day basis? You can come to me when you're struggling? That's amazing. That's a great step. How else can you practice that on a day-by-day basis? You're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations and be honest and forthright with the people around you and just be direct and be clear with them rather than hold it all in or isolate or push yourself away or hide in fear, hide in shame. Oh, okay, great. That's awesome, man. Let's practice and embody the value of honesty every single day. It's not rocket science. It requires a look in the mirror. At the end of this call, I said, this is the contract. Show me. He lost 80 pounds after that call. He stepped on stage for his first ever bodybuilding show. Coming out of that, we gained 20 pounds. And we went into his first ever muscle gain phase where he intentionally ate more to build his physique and build his metabolism instead of just gain unwanted fat. It completely transformed him. Completely. He now has no issue staying lean, developed, really looking like he is the example that he wants to be for his clients. When he walks into a room, you can tell the man takes care of himself. He sticks out like a sore thumb because of the way he looks, holds himself, carries himself, embodies his values, and practices being the person that he says he wants to be. He is the person that has followed through on his promises and fulfilled promises that he's made to himself. And that is how you define confidence. That is how you define a high level of self-esteem. That is how you define comfort in your own skin. We said goodbye to the cycle of just losing and gaining the same amount of weight. We said goodbye to him hiding underneath a story that made him feel comfortable and just disempowered him to take any action to move forward and make change in his life. We said goodbye to the man he used to be. And to this day, he continues to follow through on those contact terms. We shift, adapt, edit, adjust the terms where they need to be adjusted. And we continue to live true to that word every single day. Because it is a consistent practice to follow through on commitment without falling back into old loops, old patterns. As comfortable as it may seem, it's always your choice. And that's what it requires to make change. I'm telling you right now, a Google search can give you your macros. A Google search can give you a training plan. So can ChatGPT, for fuck's sake. At some point, you are going to need to look a level deeper and create a contract with yourself to follow through on. You do not need all the knowledge in the world. You do not need all the textbooks in the world. You do not need all of the education in the world. What you need is experience, a high level of execution, and a willingness to make more mistakes. What you need is clarity on the person that you have to be and that you must be in order to accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish. It is going to require you to elevate as a man or woman to achieve these goals. I'm gonna be very real. The journey isn't all sunshine and rainbows. When things get hard, because they will, it means that you are on the right track. When things get hard, you are presented with opportunity to make one of two choices. A, respond like the person that you always have responded like, that has kept you in this position, or respond like the person that you want to be and practice responding as that person every single day and following through on your standards, your habits, and your values. Because what matters most at the end of the day is you develop the character and the strength and the resilience to keep going and to keep setting that bar higher. This is all about character development. I am not mentioning things like macros and that's all a byproduct. Commitments to that are all a byproduct of you committing to the person that you say you want to be. If results were only physical, again, you'd be exactly where you want to be right now. Transformation is more than just physical. And it starts with getting clear. It starts with diving deep with yourself and changing from the inside out. I hope that this helps you. I hope that this resonates. I hope that you can take this and sign that contract with yourself. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Share it on your story. Tag me. And I'm very much looking forward to the next episode. I'm going to keep sharing these messages. I want to see you win. I want to see you win big. I want to see you create elite transformation in your life and change not just your life, but people's lives around you. I want to see you find a community and find people who are going to take you to the next level. Thank you so much for listening, watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.